What is going on YouTube? NBZ here with a premiere event for you. Indeed, it is the time. That time has come for me to delve into the realms of the 5th generation. That's correct. This is my first ever black and white competitive match. This one was against SuperBlah411, otherwise known as Nick, a very good friend of mine who had Z Week last week, in which he uploaded about like 4 or 5 battles against me, just because we've had so freaking many battles against each other. But in any case, I know that there are some people out there who probably haven't seen much 5th generation. I don't know how many of my viewers have watched a lot of these games, don't know what the guys do, what they are doing, like who does what and stuff. Personally myself, I'm not that familiar with it myself, you know, I haven't been playing for that long, maybe a couple of weeks, and I mean, I only came back a weekend ago to start this off, so I'm back for a week now, and I'm going to be uploading as many 4th/5th gen battles. Don't worry, I'm still uploading 4th gen battles. I'm not done with that yet, so you can still, you know, look forward to me doing those. But in the meantime, this is the first 5th generation battle. I'm going to try and go as sort of slowly as I can in a way, just to sort of point out what guys are who, what typings they are, what they sort of carry, you know, just to, you know, make sure that people get accustomed to it early on. And that's pretty much all I have to say. There's some funny bit coming up which I'm just going to show you in a second, which shows my newbiness in the 5th generation battling scene. Just the first time I've ever been on Wi-Fi and tried to start a battle, so I'll just leave you with that for a second, and then we'll get straight into the action. Why does it say that all my guys were banned? What the fuck? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Holy shit, what the hell did I just do? I've got 6. Oh, do I have to click them all? Do I have to click them all? Oh, I thought I just had to choose my lead. Okay, yeah, let's both run. I'm gonna keep in... Oh, fuck. So yeah, I had a slight facepalm moment there when I thought that you only had to click your lead off guy, and it turned out that you have to click all 6 of your guys to put them in, but it ends up that you choose your lead on that screen. So I know lots of people weren't very happy with the fact that you get to see your opponent's team beforehand. It's a major change in 5th generation that your opponent's team gets shown to you and your team gets shown to your opponent, so you both know what you have before you start the match. A lot of people are quite angry about that when, you know, they first heard about it, but personally, I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I mean, if anything, it sort of aids prediction, because earlier on you'd have to sort of, you know, scout out your opponent's team before you predicted, so it kind of gives you the ability to predict from very early on. So here we go. I lead off with this guy who's called Victini, and Victini is it's actually a fire psychic type, which is a very interesting combination. It's kind of like Celebi, Shaman, you know, those guys, Mew, those sort of 100 base stat guys, and he leads off with this Bug Rock guy. I can't quite remember what his name is, but my Victini carries Will-O-Wisp. It also carries 3 attacks. I thought Will-O-Wisp would be nice just as a lead-off thing to hit things like this sort of wally guy, make sure he can't attack me physically, and I just go for a stab psychic here because I'm pretty sure that it'll do a lot of damage, and I didn't remember that, you know, Bug Rock, he would be alright if I used a Fire Blast on him. But he set up some spikes and some stealth rock, which is kind of bad for me. You know, he's got 2 layers of hazards up, and he's going to get a Kutsat berry here, which gives him the ability to get another layer of spikes. Kutsat berry obviously makes you go first. It gives you priority for that turn if you're at low enough HP. So I take him out with a 2nd psychic, I believe, 2nd or 3rd, and he goes down. So I think that guy carries Sturdy, and Sturdy's changed in this generation as well. Instead of, you know, not being killed by 1-hit KO moves, it is instead acts like a free focus sash, so that you're, you know, if you have a wall leading off and it gets taken down, it will not fall in 1 hit because of the Sturdy sash. It can also carry another item, so it doesn't mean that you have to, you know, be carrying focus sashes on leads anymore if you want to use stuff with Sturdy. So he brings in a Hitmontop. I think he's probably going to go for some priority here. He goes for the fake out, and this Victini is actually quite bulky, so that's quite cool for me. It doesn't do too much in terms of, you know, damage, but Victini takes it very nicely. Victini's ability actually increases its accuracy on all its moves, meaning that things like Fire Blast and Thunder, it gets access to Thunder, which this one does have, increases its accuracy by so much so that it pretty much never misses. So I go to Will-O-Wisp to try to Will-O-Wisp his Hitmontop, which was my initial idea, but unfortunately he switches to a Hehe and it would not have killed that would not have affected it anyway, because he is a fire fighting type. Hehe, one of the first pokes to be shown through 5th generation, and here I'm kind of thinking, if I go for the Psychic, it'll probably take it out. I drop my DS screen because I'm stupid and try to put it back in focus, and I thought that I would outspeed it, and I do, which is nice, but he sets up a sub, and this is actually a focus punching, sub punching Hehe, which most people have been carrying either scarves or bands on their Hehe I've been seeing of late, but he is a sub puncher, and this substitute is going to allow him to punch me in the face with a focus punch as I take it out with a Psychic, and really, you know what, I'm gonna die because this thing has pretty massive attack. Oh, it looks like he goes for a Rock Slide. I forgot about that. He does carry Rock Slide. He gets that as another move, but he gets access to things like Flare Blitz as well, and U-Turn, obviously, which is quite useful for Scarfs. If you lead off with a Scarf to Hehe and go for a U-Turn, that's always going to be helping for scouting, so it's kind of helpful in that way. So that monkey thing, personally, I think that looks like a bit of a... When I first saw it, I thought it was a Heatran pre-evolution. I know that's impossible because Heatran's a legend, but, you know, I thought it really looked like Heatran. So I go to Slabs, who is Rapushin, and Rapushin has to be one of the most overused pokes in all of 5th generation. It's essentially Machamp, but with a lot more bulk, and, you know, it's able to hit things much harder with Priority Mach Punch, which is stabbed, obviously, and it gets access to Drain Punch. Now, it has two abilities. It has Iron Fist and it has Guts. Personally, I opted for Guts because I wanted to abuse Facade. Now, not many people have been carrying Facade on Rapushin, but obviously Facade increases its power if you're burned or, you know, whatever statist, and due to the Guts boost, I get an extra boost on that. Facade's one of the only ways to take out Gliscor, because Gliscor walls Rapushin relatively well. So he goes out to a Starmie, and this is where you'll see how much better Rapushin is than Machamp, is the fact that after this Hydro Pump, I believe he's Scarfed, but after that, I live it on 16 HP and manage to get off a Payback. Payback, probably Rapushin's only sort of weapon against Ghosts and Psychic types, and it's going to be a one-hit KO due to the Guts and, you know, the general power of Payback after Rapushin has taken a hit. So it goes down, unfortunately, to the Flame Orb. If I'd had lefties, I obviously would have lived there, but I don't know. I prefer the Flame Orb, really. It allows me to use Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Payback, and Facade. Facade, really the main focus of that set, but in any case, I'm going to have to switch here to something. I don't have a clue what he's going to go to. I can't remember. Is his Hitmonlee still alive? Hitmontop, sorry. I'm not quite sure, but I think I decided here to go out to my my freaking Love Disc Evo, which isn't actually a Love Disc evolution. It's just a really bulky fish. It has huge HP and has pretty good defenses. So I'm running mine as a physically defensive wall. It's pure water type, I believe. I think it is anyway, and it can take hits relatively nicely. I mean, Hitmontop's going to try and fake out me here. It's not going to do a lot, obviously, because of the high defense that I carry, and normally people have been carrying Wish on this guy. I decided to go for Pain Split, which, as you'll see in a minute, wasn't really the best idea. This guy also has Priority Aqua Jet, as well as Waterfall and Light Screen. I give it Light Screen, obviously, because it's physically defensive, and, you know, that would help the special defense. So he goes for the close combat here, and I'm thinking, ha 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 ha, I Pain Splitted, I'm going to get more HP back, and I go for the Pain Split, and because I have so much HP and he really doesn't, it gives me nothing back at all. So I'm very much convinced that Wish is definitely the better option on this guy. I mean, if you have something with huge HP that is using Pain Split, it never really works. The reason that Dusknoir worked so well with Pain Split was because it had such low HP, meaning that when it was able to get one off, it did a lot of damage to your opponent while gaining you a lot back. So here I'm thinking, well, he's got the drop from close combat, but I think I might be able to live a second, so I decided to go to the Waterfall instead of the favoured Aqua Jet, but unfortunately I do not live a second, which I really was kicking myself there, because I could have gone for the Aqua Jet and taken him down just a bit more, and because of Life Orb he may well have been taken out after that. So I'm thinking what to go to here. I want something to revenge kill this Hitmontop, and I think I'm just using 5th gen guys. He's using a couple of 4th gen guys because, you know, that's what he felt like doing, and I don't know who I have left on my team. I think I've got this water horse guy, not water horse, it is a water horse, but it's also water fighting type, which is quite cool, and I believe I go to it here. I do, my horsey. So this is one of the 3 legends. There's a grass fighting, a steel fighting, actually there are 4. There's a grass fighting, a steel fighting, a water fighting, and a rock fighting, and they're all horses, basically. Well, not horses, they're all things on all 4s, which doesn't make much sense personally, because they all get like close combat and stuff, so I didn't really find much of a, something making sense there. So here I just go for the hidden power, because it's going to take him out regardless, and he won't know what type of hidden power it is. He does get off the Mach punch on me, but because this thing is okay in terms of defenses, it takes it relatively well, so it's not doing too bad, and it does have a life orb. So here is the play that pretty much changed everything. I have Hydro Pump, he has a Nidoking which is not Scarfed, it is Life Orbed, but it has the ability Encourage, which is a Dream World ability, which at that time was released, but I miss my Hydro Pump, and that is not going to bear well for me whatsoever, because this was my last chance to take that game. If I'd hit the Hydro Pump on his Nidoking, what he had left would not have been able to take on my horsey, and I would have taken it out easily, but now I don't have anything to take on his Nidoking, and it's Life Orbed, but it's not taking any damage from the Life Orb. That's because with Encourage, if you use moves like Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, which have secondary effects like Paralysis and Burn, those secondary effects will never happen, but the move's power will be increased, and if you're using those moves with a Life Orb, the Life Orb recoil will not happen, which is very interesting, and it's really cool actually. It means that you can conceal yourself as a Scarfer, or conceal yourself as something else, and people wouldn't really know. So here I kind of make an error. I go for the Swords Dance thinking that I can live a hit, but he actually carries Flamethrower, and this is my steel fighting guy, so I was carrying 2 of the horsey things. Goat milk, well, do ya? Anyway, yeah. So I had a balloon there. Balloon is an item which is quite interesting. It makes you immune to ground type moves, so it basically gives you Levitate, but if you get hit once, then you get taken out, which is kind of a pain. So if you get hit by any move, you get lost your balloon. So I go out to my last, which is Notori, a very good physical wall this generation. I just wanted to use a unique set, but it's actually a curse set, which is quite cool. Unfortunately for me, obviously, he's going to outspeed and kill me with the Flamethrower. This guy is steel and grass, so it's like Scizor. It has a 4x weakness, like Fortress as well. 4x weakness to fire, so it's going to die. So I do unfortunately lose that first match. Should have been a win because of the Hydro Pump miss, but that's unfortunate. That's the way it goes, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. And I highly recommend you go and check out Nick's channel. I'll leave his link in the description. He basically has like 4 battles, 5, 6 battles up against me, so you can go and see those. I will eventually be posting some of them, but for now they are not going to be posted yet, because I have quite a lot of other stuff still to post. Will still be posting 4th gen stuff. As I said before, I have maybe 5 or 6 4th gen matches to get through, as well as about 8 or 9 black and white ones. Will be posting every day this week, so look forward to that, guys. Pretty much is what I am saying, yeah. So anyways, now I'm going to say about Dream World abilities. Now Dream World abilities are a new thing for this generation, and what they are is very naughty abilities. No, okay, stop talking like a freaking Indian, man, even though you are. Anyway, the point is, Dream World abilities have come into play. Now what they are, if you don't know about black and white, is they're extra abilities that are given to pretty much every poke in the game via a new area in the game called the Dream World, which is sort of a Wi-Fi event place, and so far only a few have been legally released. Which is why I'm playing by the rules that you're not allowed to use Dream World abilities against me unless they are legal, that is, having been released by Nintendo. So things that have not been released, which are things like I'm not sure, Perversity Geroda, which, is something which is quite broken, hasn't been released yet by Nintendo, which is why I'm banning you from using those things against me. And Smogon obviously have not got around to doing their tiers yet, which is kind of an issue, but as soon as that happens, things are going to be, going back on, and we'll get a true meta game. But for now, everyone's just testing things out, testing the water, seeing what works, what doesn't, and there's a hell of a lot of new guys, hell of a lot of old guys getting some new tricks, which is really cool, and I'll be trying to show you as many of those as I can as I sort of post battles. But for now, I guess that's going to be it for this first black and white game. please let me know what you think. Did I take it too slowly this game? I don't know. I just wanted to introduce people to the sort of how things are going on, although I'm very late coming to this scene. But thank you all for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see all you guys tomorrow. So yeah, goodbye.